Hey guys, just sitting here having a glass of wine, trying to figure out what I'm going to bring on my upcoming trip here in about 6 weeks. And the wine I'm having is the Caretaker Cabernet 2016. It's really nice. It goes for about $10 at the store. What to bring? Now, if you're like me, the booking the travel and the rental cars and figure all that, that's the easy part. What to bring as far as camera gear, that's always the difficult part for me. I want to make sure I have enough gear, but I don't want to be weighed down and have to worry about my gear by bringing too much. Usually I bring a backpack and a bunch of different lenses and I'm switching around. I like to, some people will say, well, just bring a point and shoot or just use your cell phone because it's a family time. It is family time, but I like to I work a lot. I like to try to fit in photography on these trips as well. It's fun for me. So I try to find a happy in between. And so here's what I came up with for this trip, guys. Tell me what you think if you don't mind. One of my recent purchases, first of all, let me tell you what we're doing. We're going to Miami, Florida, spending a day in the Bayside area. I don't know if you guys know what Bayside is, but it's kind of got like nightlife, restaurants, a lot of shopping. We're doing that before the cruise. And then it's a 4-day Disney Magic trip. It's at Key West, Disney Island. It's called Coco Cay, and Nassau. So, and then back to Miami, and we're going to spend 2 days walking the Art Deco and taking some shots and spending some time on the beach. So that's where I'm going with this. And here's what I came up with. I wanted everything to fit in this new Tenba DNA 10 bag. Really nice bag. I picked it up pretty much just because I got sick of hauling around a backpack. I looked at some leather bags, the Ona Print Street. My wife talked me out of that one. I looked at the weight, but I wanted something lightweight. I like the look of that bag, especially that chocolate brown one. So instead I got the Tenba bag. It's like material, but it's really nice. It's got a couple features that I really like about it. The size is what I wanted, but I'm trying to figure out what I can bring that'll fit in this bag. Already, the standard, guys, if you've watched some of my earlier videos, I got the Flashpoint Mini, or it also goes by the TT350 by Godox. It's a gotta have, must have in your bag at all times. Fill light, whatever, you gotta have a flash in your bag. I also have a standard flash and a couple other things I'm bringing in my regular suitcase along with my tripod. I know bringing a tripod kind of goes against everything I just said about going light, but I also want to start doing some long exposure photography. I don't know if I'll bring it on port with me. I may or may not. But when we're in Miami, I have the hotel there, so it'll go in my suitcase, and I may or may not bring it to the beach. So for walk-around purposes, when I say walk-around, I mean walking through the cruise ship, walking around in port. I wanted some lenses that would be versatile. 1855, this is what, the kit lens. It's a great kit lens. It's never really failed me. It's got a decent range, but the 18 millimeters it falls short. On some of my last trips, I used my Samyang 12 millimeter, great wide angle, and I would be flipping this thing back and forth all the time because the 18 millimeter, it's just not wide enough for a lot of interior shots. If you're in the dining room, whatever, it's bigger, you're good, but the room, the balcony, all those, it just isn't wide enough. It's great, it's 2.8, and that's really where it fell short. And again, I kept on switching back and forth between this and the Samyang. Samyang is great, but it is not optical stabilized, and it's fixed 12 millimeter aperture, and it is manual focus, which it's all right, but I'm not keen on manual focus. One of the lenses that I've been thinking about buying for a while now was the Fuji 10-24. And I have it now, guys. I've been holding off for this lens. And really the reason I bought the Samyang 12 millimeter was I was waiting for Fuji's 8-18 or 8 to whatever, 2.8 lens to launch. And I've been looking at some of the specs. that lens is just, it's not for me. It's too big, it's too heavy, and it's too expensive. It went like $2 grand. And the reason I like Fuji in the crop or APS-C is the form factor and the size. When they start making these lenses that are heavier, bigger, and more expensive than the full frame equivalent, you know, I'm no Fuji fanboy, and that really doesn't set with me. And as soon as I seen those specs, I purchased the 10-24, and I did some test shots. I'm going to do some more, but so far I've been very happy with this lens. And one of the reasons I got it, I wanted to start doing some more landscape photography, but the range, the 10-24, it's an f4, straight f4, which doesn't let a ton of light in. It does have optical stabilization, so it's good for video, and I think it's going to be a good overall walk-around lens. I think I'm going to be leaving this on my camera quite often, but I'm going to take all three of these, and here's where I'm thinking. The 35 f2, it's small. I don't use it a lot when I'm home because it's not as long as the 56 and it's not as wide as the 23. So if I'm home, I'm going to probably go for 23-1.4 or 56-1.2. But instead of bringing both of those lenses, this does almost what both of them does for a fraction of the size, a fraction of the weight. So, and I don't get to use it much, or at least I don't choose to use it much when I'm home. So it's a good reason to try to get out and use this lens more. Great bokeh. I think this is going to be a good, you know, walk around night photography when I'm at that bayside, shooting some portraits, setting up some lighting shots interior to the cruise ship. I do set up my lights. People look at me, but hey, I'm there and I'm having fun. I'm not hurting anybody, right? So, and the 10-24 and 18-55, there is a carryover as far as focal length, right? But the 18-55, once you kind of zoom out, it's almost equivalent to f4. I don't know if it goes to 3.5 than f4, but I think I'm going to be leaving this 10-24 on quite often. That's at least my guess, but I want to bring all of these in see. I don't want to leave the 18-55 home. After this trip, I might throw it in the safe for a while or put it in the suitcase if I don't use it, you know, towards the half of the trip, but we'll see. I don't want to leave it at home and wish I would have taken it if I realize that I need more distance. There may be a shot that I need 50-55 and 24 don't cut it, 35 don't cut it. We'll see. But the other thing that I had to do is I'm not one for UV filters. You know, UV filters go on their clear glass just to protect your front element. I always use these lens hoods. They protect your lens very well. You're not adding an extra glass. You know, you guys probably heard all that already. But the issue is this lens won't fit in my camera bag. And I'll show you guys. And I said, I'm making whatever gear that I have fit in this bag, and it's too big. I can put it this way, and it works, but I like carrying it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this. I might take it, leave it in my suitcase, but I'm going to leave this. I ordered a UV filter for the front, and I'll test it out to make sure quality is good before I take it, but it's the B&W, and with that, I'll be able to fit this here, and then these other lenses will fit just like that. That's the plan. The way I have this pocket over here configured, any lens that I bring will work as far as both of them will fit. The 10-24 or the 18-55, if I have the 35 prime on the lens, they'll both fit over here. And the bag isn't super light, but it's not super heavy. And when I'm walking around, I never have my camera in my bag. I always have it in my hand. And I'm not doing a neck strap. Usually I have a neck strap. I'm getting sick of the neck strap, so I'm doing the hand wrist strap. And this lens is a little bit weighty, but I'll man up and use it because I'm getting sick of the neck straps. So that's it, guys. If you have any recommendations, please leave them. I am going to probably bring a tripod. I'm not going to strap it on here. I know it kind of goes against being light and small, but please let me know if you guys have any other ideas. I'll just give you kind of a rundown of the other lenses I have. I have the 55-200, the 16 millimeter f1.4. I got the 23-1.4, 56-1.2, Samyang 12 millimeter f2. Please leave your comments. Thanks for watching my video, and until the next one, take care and have a great day.